All right, so today we're going to talk about a way to read that, well, it's kind of like a secret weapon. And instead of just giving you a boring list of rules, we're actually going to find it hidden inside a story. A story about an inventor, a totally impossible spaceship, and this one book that was driving him crazy. I mean, you know the feeling, right? You're reading something, your eyes are definitely moving across the page, but when you get to the bottom, you realize nothing. It's like the words just evaporated. So frustrating, right? And look, it happens to all of us.
So let me introduce you to Atom Man. He's this brilliant inventor, and he's building his life's work. It's called the SS Serendipity, a spaceship that's supposed to be self-healing. I mean, think about that. It's designed to create total health, wealth, and happiness for everyone on board. An absolutely amazing idea, but he hit a wall, a big one.
Yeah, see, the final piece of the puzzle, the code for the ship's entire operating system, it was locked away inside this super dense book, the Compendium of Infinite Well-Being. So for 3 solid days, Atom Man just stared at it, rereading the same passages over and over until his brain just went numb. The information absolutely would not stick. In his amazing ship, it was just sitting there, a completely empty shell.
So he's totally stuck. He finally throws his hands up and admits defeat. But he knows there's one person who might be able to help him figure this out. His old mentor, a really wise librarian named Theo. And Theo, of course, just hits the nail on the head right away. He tells him, look, the problem isn't that you're not smart enough, and it's not even that the book is too hard. The real issue, it's your process. You're just looking at the book. You're treating it like watching TV, a totally passive thing. And that's never going to work. So Theo lays out his secret weapon, a system he calls the 3 Ps for effective reading. And I love the way he describes it. He says they're like stabilizing gyroscopes for the mind, you know? So instead of your thoughts and your focus just spinning all over the place, this method locks you in. It gives you balance and direction.
Okay, so what are these 3 Ps? What are these gyroscopes? Honestly, they sound almost too simple. First, you determine your purpose. Second, you preview what you're about to read. And third, you make a plan. That's it. Purpose, preview, plan. But trust me, this simple framework, it changes absolutely everything.
Right, so let's get into the nitty-gritty of how this actually works. We're going to break down exactly what Atom Man did for each of these steps, because this is where the theory turns into, well, magic.
Okay, P number 1, purpose. This is the bedrock of the whole thing. Before you read a single word, you have to stop and ask yourself one simple question. Why am I reading this? What do I actually need to get out of it? If you don't have a destination in mind, you're just, wandering aimlessly through a forest of words.
And this is where you can really see the light bulb go on for Atom Man. His purpose wasn't some vague goal like, oh, I need to understand this chapter. No way. It became laser-focused. I need this specific information so I can program the ship's computer for the most important test flight of my life. All of a sudden, the stakes are real. It's not just reading, it's a mission.
All right, on to the second P, preview. Now that he's got his purpose locked down, he doesn't just jump in and start reading from the first word. Nope. First, he does a little reconnaissance. He explores the terrain, He skims the chapter titles, looks at the graphs, checks out the little summary sections. He's getting the lay of the land before he tries to conquer it.
And you won't believe the amount of crucial info he picked up just from this quick skim. He sees a chapter title, biofeedback loop, and bam, it connects to something he already knows. He spots a graph that seems to link happiness and repair. And he notices these little concept review questions at the end of each section, perfect for checking his understanding later. He's basically building a mental GPS before he even starts the journey.
And that graph he saw? Turns out, it was a total game changer. It literally showed a direct correlation between the crew's happiness and the ship's ability to heal itself. Think about that. This wasn't some tiny little detail, it was the secret to the whole system. And he found it before he'd even read a single full paragraph.
Which brings us to our final P, plan. Okay, so he knows his why and he scouted the terrain. Now he builds a structure for the information he's about to absorb. I absolutely love this idea of giving the knowledge a place to go. It's like he's building a mental library with empty shelves just waiting for the right books, or in this case, the right facts. So reading isn't a passive thing for him anymore. Not at all. It's an active hunt. He makes an outline based on the chapter headings he saw in his preview. He decides, okay, I'm going to use my highlighter only for key code snippets, and I'll scribble notes in the margins for the more complex ideas. He's not just reading, he's on a mission with a strategy.
And so, when he finally sits down to actually read, everything's different. The words aren't just washing over him. He's actively grabbing them, sorting them, and slotting them right into the outline he built. The frustration? Gone. Instead, he feels this incredible focus, like he's fitting together the pieces of a giant, satisfying puzzle.
All right, this is it, the moment of truth. With this new, solid understanding he's built, Atom Man walks up to the dark, silent SS Serendipity. He takes a deep breath, and he uploads the code that came directly from his new, focused reading.
And then, the ship starts to hum. The lights flicker on. System after system comes online. The first diagnostic pops up on screen. Health, 100%. It's working.
Next up, wealth. The ship's power core and resource management, 100%.
And then, the big one, the one that ties it all together. Happiness, 100%. The ship is complete. It's alive. And it's all because of this method. The 3 Ps didn't just help him get through a boring book, they literally let him do the impossible.
And really, that's the whole point, isn't it? The ship, it's just a big metaphor for understanding. By using this simple method, purpose, preview, plan, Atom Man didn't just consume information, he built something with it. He constructed knowledge piece by piece until it was this powerful, working thing. And that's a tool that any of us can use.
So I guess that just leaves one question for you. What's your impossible ship? You know, what's that dense report, that complex textbook, that huge project you've been putting off? What is it that you need to build? Because with this approach, you'll see that you're not just reading anymore, you're building.